Hello everybody, this is Cheri at djsundry.blogspot.com, and today we are going to work on a scrapbooking layout. Now, I am using the Make It From Your Heart Volume 2 from Close to My Heart, and I am using this as a sketch. And actually I'm doing it very, very similar to this, but I'm using the Florence paper, and I'm really excited about the way it's turning out. So I'm just going to set that aside so I have the measurements there to show you. And so to start with, we're going to start with a piece of Whisper paper. Now in the original sketch, they used a stamp up in this upper corner up here. Now I didn't have the stamp they used, and actually I found this stamp. This is from the Pathfinding Scrapbooking Layout, which is very, very old. It's been retired, I think at least a year, if not longer than that. But I really like the stamp because it's going to match our Florence paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it up. Now this is Whisper cardstock, and I am going to stamp it up with Whisper ink. So we're going to have that tone on tone look. Now if you are part of my virtual crop, then you will notice that I went ahead and did this step for you. This stamp set is retired. I don't even know that you would be able to get this stamp set at all. If you did, you would have to get it used somewhere. And so I went ahead and did this step. If you don't like the flowers on it with the tone on tone, you can flip it over and do the back side. That's not a problem. Now the original sketch just had something up here, but I like it so well I wanted to offset it. But this time, instead of using the full body of the stamp, I'll still ink it up just so I don't miss up and leave some off. But I'm actually just going to put a smaller corner of it. So that is the next tip for those of you who do have a kit from me and this. The top corner is the one with more image. It's pretty close to full if it's not completely full. If it is, the smaller image goes down in the bottom corner. Okay, so now we're going to start building. Now I just want to show you this, and if you look at a sketch, they have all of the measurements in there, 1 inch and 1 inch. I'm going to do that this time just because to show you. Typically, quite frankly, I don't do a lot of measuring, but we are going to do that this time. So let's pull out a ruler here. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to grab my adhesive, and I am going to put quite a bit of adhesive on the back of this large page. Now, our piece, I am putting the adhesive on the yellow side, and if you're wondering how I chose the Whisper, it's because Whisper is one of the colors in the Florence pack. So that is going to go right about there. Now before I press it down, I'm going to look and make sure that I'm at 1 inch. I'm pretty close. In fact, I'm close enough that I'm just going to leave it. So there we have that piece. You could continue to use the ruler, but I am not going to do that. So the next thing that we have is the next largest piece, and it's going to go next. Now this one is a full 12 inches wide, but instead of doing the red side, this time we're going to use the yellow side. So again, I'm going to pull my adhesive. Now if you're taking part of the crop, as you know, you already have all of these pieces cut and all ready for you. All you have to do is basically assemble. And that just ran out, so I'm going to have to grab another one. And that is, since it's the full width of the paper, you just want to make sure that you're lined up so that there's not gray showing on either side. Just like that. Okay, now let me grab an adhesive refill. Thankfully I happen to have one right here. about that. That's the beauty of these, is how quickly you can put them together. Okay, now we're ready to continue building our page. The next piece that we're going to use is this solid piece. Now this is flaxen cardstock, and it also is part of the colors that come in this kit. And I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but there are dots in the swirly that will help tie all of these different colors together. Now again, I'm going to just eyeball it and center it. If you are concerned, you can pull out your ruler. Okay, so there is that piece. Now let's go ahead and continue building. Now this is a little bit different than the original, but I have these 3 pieces, and they are 3 by 2 1/4, and they are just going to go up here on the top. Then when you put your photos in, you will put your photos in on top of them. Almost gives it the feel of a Polaroid. And I will tell you the size of the photos that you're going to want to put in just a minute. This is actually a pretty simple scrapbooking page. It took me quite a while to do it, but that's just because I am kitting as I make it, and I'm trying to get all my kits done. So I've done a lot of cutting and gluing and those kind of things. Okay, so that's where those are going. And then the next piece that we're going to put down is this piece. Now this piece is 3/4 of an inch by 12 inches, and it's just going to go below our other 12-inch strip, but this time we want the red on top again. Alrighty, just like that. So there we have that piece. And then we're just going to continue adding our layers. So the next pieces that we have are these 3 pieces. Now this is going to be the journaling box, and it's going to go down here, and it is let's see, sorry, I should have written these down. This piece, these are this is 2 by 2, this is 2 by 6. I believe this is 2 1/4 by 2 or something close to that. I'll put the measurements on the blog so that you have those measurements if you're interested. Again, I did not design this. This is from close to my heart, and it's a great design and one that I thought would work really well for this Florence paper. Okay, so we've got those all adhered. I'm just going to, it's going to match up basically. If you wanted to get your ruler, you could do this. It's going to match up with that edge. So it almost looks like you have a large piece of paper, but we're kind of cheating and you really don't have a large piece of paper. And actually this ends up being just a tad bit wider, I guess. So I'm going to come over just a little bit. The beauty of using adhesive, don't stick down hard until you're sure everything's where you want it to be. Alrighty, that looks good. So now we're just going to put that down just like that. So now I have a place to do my journaling here. I have a place for 3 photographs here, and then you can also put 4 photographs across the bottom. So if you look at our original one here, you've got 1, 2, 3, journaling block, and 1. And then the photo sizes on all of these photos, these are really small photos, just so you know. These photo sizes are all 1 3/4 inch squares. So these are ones that you're going to want to do a lot of cropping on if you have something that you want to pull out there. Now the next thing we're going to add are our letters. This is going to say happiest moments, just like it did in the picture. And the font that I used on this was from our new Cricut Flower Market cartridge. And these are really pretty delicate letters. In the Explorer, you can do really delicate letters. So my hint is you could use a glue pen or something to stick those down. But when I'm dealing with delicate letters, my preference is to use my sticker maker, my Xyron sticker maker. So this piece is actually, let me just tell you, it is 2.5 inches wide, and I'm going to just kind of eyeball to see. I want it more towards the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my ruler down, and I think I'm going to go probably, let's put our ruler on this line here, about like that, because I know that that piece of paper is pretty straight. Now what I'm going to do with my rulers, I'm going to use it as a guide to keep my letters straight. And so I'm just going to start putting my letters down. Again, I don't want to stick them down. You could actually stick them on the edge of your letter if you wanted. I mean, on the edge of your ruler, and then pull your ruler out, and then it would make it a little bit easier to reposition. But I am not going to do that this time. So I'm about to get our happiness. Happiest. That doesn't go there. Let's try putting the E there. Happiest. I didn't put these on my paper very neatly. Moments. I think that's what I like about this, is that I thought about doing family, but I really like the happiest moments because I thought that would be super fun for a bunch of just little tiny candid shots, which I definitely have. I think I'm probably going to run out of room. I'm probably going to want to move my moments over just a tad, not have quite as big of a space between them. See why it's important that you don't want to stick them down all the way, because with the sticker it definitely is a little bit more difficult to get them up if they're stuck all the way. Almost done. Okay, so we've got happiest moments there. And I can tell by looking at it on the sides, I'm happy with that. I'm going to just raise this up. Yep, I'm liking that too. So now I can go back and stick it down all the way, just like that. Okay, happiest moments. Now, the reason I wanted it a little closer to the top of the page than the bottom is I do have the zip strip that came on the top of the page, and I really like the added pop that that zip strip gives it. So this is something that I'm just going to add. Again, when you're working with a sketch, let the sketch be your guide. Don't let it be the rule. You might want to change things up, like adding flowers at the bottom, adding a zip strip, maybe adding stickers, those kind of things. So you do what you want, and even if you're part of this and you have this kit, you could make it exactly like I'm making it now, but you don't have to. You can kind of play with it a little bit. Now the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add some flowers. In the original sketch, there was a butterfly, oh, where was it? Down here somewhere, and there were a couple flowers up here, or a couple butterflies up here, and there's a little flower down here. I'm not doing that exactly, but I wanted to add a couple of flowers. So these were cut out also using the Flower Market cartridge, and they come out in 2 pieces. And so I already went through and glued down the centers of all of these daisies. And just so you know, the red in this is ruby cardstock because it's also part of the pack that matches so well. Now, I'm not going to use 4 flowers, but I just needed to pull 4 out while I'm deciding which, because obviously I don't want to put red on red, and I don't want to put those. Well, I kind of do, maybe I want to go yellow there, red there, and then let's see, did I have another red one? There's the red one. Actually, I think I want to put a yellow one down here, kind of off to this side here. It's kind of a funky triangle if we're going our rules of triangles, but I think that I kind of like it that way. We could, I guess, put this over here. Nah, I don't like that. Up there. Actually, I do kind of like that. Nope, I don't like that either. There. Kind of like it down here better with the yellow. So we're just going to go with it and break the rules. Okay? So I'm going to put mine down there. So I'm going to get my adhesive. Again, you could use your sticker maker, and probably if I wanted to not have, I would think about doing it anyway, but I think I'm not going to worry about it right now. If I wanted to get it out, but for the video, let's just do this. There we go. Okay, so happiest moments. So I'm ready for my pictures here. My pictures 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I will take a snapshot and put it at the end of the video once I get some photographs in here. That's not straight and it was bugging me, sorry. So I will do that and get those done. And then you'll see the finished layout. So it's pretty simple, kind of cute, and I hope that you enjoy making this. Have a great day. Bye. Okay, I'm back and I am just finishing up. Now I have a couple of photos I haven't put in here, and when I do the final photo at the end, they will be there. They'll be pixelated because the people that are in them are not in my immediate family, and I don't want to put them in there without having them all covered up. But I wanted to show you how it looks because it really does make a difference having those photographs in there. The other thing I wanted to show you is the last thing that I added, and you can see across here there are these black dash marks. I'm also going to add them to the top of this page. I'm using my shin hand marker, and I am just freehanding it because I don't want it. I like it better if it isn't all even, like if I took a ruler. I just like that more random stitched look. So I just want to show you how it's not even super noticeable with the dark red, the ruby colored red in there, but it does add an extra little dimension, a little bit of texture to the edge of the page. So I just kind of like how it kind of finishes off. Some of those little details are what you realize really kind of finishes things off. So there we have our finished page, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that if you're making this kit along with me that you'll enjoy making your own. Thanks so much. Bye.